So what if your organization is purpose-led? Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, a weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. Today's story is from Give and Take by Adam Grant. In the year 2008, Adam Grant ran an experiment on purpose. He went to the university call center, who the employees of the university call center were responsible for raising funds. So what he did was that he divided the employees into three groups. Group one could hear stories about the personal benefits of the job that they did for themselves. The group number two had stories of the impact of their work on the people who benefited from the funds that they were raising. And group number three, there was no intervention whatsoever. So at the end of running this experiment, what happened was that there were no changes in group one, which is how does this job personally affect me? And group three, where there was no intervention, nothing changed. But for group two, surprisingly, there was a massive change. So group two had more than doubled their donations from 9 to 23 and nearly tripled their total funds raised from $1,288 to $3,130. Now, when you look at this particular experiment, it is clear that when people start understanding what's the benefit on the people for whom they are doing this work, their motivation and their desire to want to do this work changes completely. But what I'm more interested in is what is this whole purpose thing all about? Now, the purpose is an opportunity for an individual to live their desired identity. I want to be a person like that. I want to be a person who can make a difference in the lives of people who need certain help. Therefore, it's an identity I want to have, and the purpose of the organization is an opportunity for me to live that identity. Identity is the key driver. Now, Steve Denning, the author of the Leader's Guide to Storytelling, argues that organizations just have purpose, but they need to have a purpose that is worthwhile for people. People need to believe in that purpose because that purpose helps them live their identity. James Clear says that, it's not the organizational goals, but every time I have an opportunity to live my identity through a purpose, it's a vote towards that identity. Then finally, one of my favorite authors, Atul Gawande, in his book Being Mortal says, your competence gives you a secure sense of identity. For a clinician, because he's a doctor himself, therefore, nothing is more threatening to who you think you are than a patient with a problem you can't solve. So, the summary of all of what I just said is that you can't just have a purpose and assume the magic will happen. What you have to do is to look at a purpose and say that is this purpose going to give an opportunity to our employees to become the people that they want to become? In other words, can they live their identities? Stay storied, and I'll see you here next Saturday with another story.